Hi, my name is Colleen and I am doing this video to celebrate graduation. I'm going to teach you how to make a paper punch grad owl. You can make him without the grad hat, but I had a lot of graduations to celebrate this spring, so I decided to make him a little grad owl. This is my tools and materials list. So this shows you all the pieces that you're going to need to make him. And I got this idea from Kay Kalthoff's website, and I will put up a link to her website because she actually has a PDF of this exact tools and material list, and you can print it off and you'll have your own. We're going to start with the punches. We have 8 punches that we're going to use to make our grad owl. You're going to do a paper punch of your dark, and this is the scallop punch. We're using that for his wings. Then we're going to do another scallop, and that is for his body with our contrasting color. For our contrasting color, I use the colors of Favour school. So you'd want the school colors that you're trying to make your grad owl to match. Now we're going to do our beak, and we use the 5-petal punch, and then we're just going to snip out part of his beak, and we're going to use the modern label punch for his feet. So before we punch anymore, I'm going to put these pieces together. We're going to snip the modern label punch in half, and we're going to adhere his feet to his body. So I'm using snail or tombow, and that's what you need. You're going to put it on so just the ends are showing, so it looks like little claws. And put a little snail on this one as well. And we put on his feet first because it makes positioning the wings a lot easier. So we're going to take our dark scallop, the one that we're going to use for his wings. We're going to take our trimmer. We're just going to position it so it's through a scallop, between 2 scallops on the bottom and through a scallop at the top, and trim that in half. And we have our wings. Because we positioned our feet first, we'll be able to add our wings so that our feet or our claws are showing. Now we're going to add the second wing again, so we have his claws showing. Now we take our 5-petal punch, and we're just going to snip up to the center, and that piece we don't need anymore. And you can use it to make other beaks, so you could make more than one out of a 5-petal punch. We're going to stick it onto his head, position it so we have a little beak showing, and then snail across the back and attach it to our body. So we already have our owl pretty much made. Now we're going to make his eyes. So we're going to use 3 different colors and 3 different punches. So we're going to use our yellow with our 3/4 inch punch. We punch 2 of those. And for the whites of his eyes, we're going to use the 1/2 inch punch. We need 2 of those. And for the black in his eye, we need the 3/8 punch. And again, we need 2 of those. So it's easy as that. Now we just take our snail, and it's easiest I find if you use the back of the snail and just run the small piece over it instead of trying to roll it on to there, because then you get it all over your workspace. We have 1 eye and a little, and we have 2 eyes. And there you go. We're just going to center those on to our face. So now the backs of our yellow we're going to center just over his beak on each eye, and our little owl is done. That easy. So now I worked out a way to make the mortar board. So you're going to take a piece of black and you're going to trim it at 1¼ inches. So it doesn't matter what's on it. You can use a piece of scrap. And when you take this 1¼ you're going to line it up on your cutter at an angle so that you trim through it. Hang on to it tight because it'll want to move. Pull that off, and now you have an edge for your mortarboard. So you're going to line that up with your 1¼ on this side. And there you have the top of your Grad hat. You're going to also punch a small oval for the cap. So we're going to take a ruler and we're just going to go from corner to corner to mark the center of our Grad hat. And we'll take our paper piercer. We're going to poke a hole right through the middle. Now you're going to take a 2-inch piece of grosgrain. Any color will do. You can pick the colors you want. Because I'm making this one as a beaver brick one, I'm giving him a silver tassel. Now you're going to poke a hole through your grosgrain and you're going to wiggle it around so that the brad can fit through. It's a little tedious, so I already put the brad in. We're going to make the brad go through this hole, bend down the back, and I'm going to use a pop-up just on the edge. We're going to pull off our glue, or I'm sorry, expose our glue. We're going to take our oval and cut off the ends. Simple as that. So we have a little Grad hat. Now, the pop-up is just to make it stand out a bit. And with a little bit of snail on it, we have our Grad owl. There he is, easy as that. Now I'm going to show you some samples I made. And like I told you, you can use the colors of the school that you're making it for. So this is for friends of ours that are graduating from Seven Lakes High School. It's very colorful. And then I made one for Henry Wesett School, the burgundy. I had left the hat off so that you could see the owl without the hat. I will put one on that one for a Grad card. And I made one that's a gift tag, so you can add a sentiment on the back. This one is again in the beaver brook colors. So that's kind of fun. You can change it up a bit. Now I'm going to show you how to make the Grad hat chocolate Favour. They're kind of fun for decorations. I got this idea from Split Coast Stampers and on Garden Diva's page, and I'll show you a link to her picture. Okay, so now we're going to make the Grad hat chocolate Favour. So I made a few of them already just to show you, and they're very easy. So we're going to take 2 pieces. I've already cut the pieces. This is just a square that's 1½ inches by 1½ inches, and then a strip that is 3/4 inches wide by 3½ inches long. We're going to take this strip to score them at 7/8 at each end, and then we'll get rid of our scoreboard. We're going to keep our bone folder in our hand, and we're just going to burnish the center of it just so it wraps around our nugget easier. So bend those corners in, and we're going to take our sticky strip, and so this is 2-sided tape that's really sticky. Just stick it on both ends on the same side of the strip, and then it'll be ready to be wrapped around our chocolate. So these are little Hershey nuggets. You can get them anywhere. We're going to take off the cover on our sticky strip. So it's the little red part. We'll pull that off. We're going to stick it down and wrap around. So we have our little nugget, looks like a cap now. We're going to take our 1½ inch square. So you can just cut a strip of these and then cut a whole bunch. I made a ton of these, so I have a whole stack of them already cut out. We're going to do the same thing we did with the mortarboard on the owl. So from corner to corner, we're going to just draw a little line in the center, and find our center. Now, with our paper piercer, we are going to poke a hole through the center. Now, a little tip, if you're going to make a whole bunch like I did, use this one as your template and just add the rest into a stack and paper pierce right through all of them. And I made about 50 of these, so this was a time saver. Keep our one here, and again, we're going to use a piece of grosgrain, about 3 1/4 inches long. We're going to tie a knot in it so it becomes that. And again, we'll use our paper piercer to punch a hole through there. And you kind of wiggle it around so you get room for the brad to fit through. I have one that I've already put the brad through. So it has its knot, it has its brad. We're going to fit that through the hole and pull down the brad. And then we're going to take, I found black pop-ups. So we're going to take 2 pop-ups and stick them on so that they will pop up on our hat. And there you have the little grad hat chocolate Favour. So I made a whole bunch of these. They would be great as decoration at a party or to use as placeholders at a party. It's kind of fun. So I hope you enjoyed watching, and I wanted to wish you all a happy graduation.